So let's take a seat, and what we'll do today is a good hybrid of strength training, breathing, breath work, yoga, and Pilates. So let's start out rolling the shoulders and just sort of allowing ourselves to come into this moment. Maybe lower your eyelids down as you continue to correct your posture, lengthening the spine from the bottom up. And now roll the shoulders the other way. We're going to go through a variety of exercises, movement patterns, breathing exercises, and mindfulness, so that we can once again have control, what little control we can have. Now pull the shoulders up to the ears, pull the shoulders down and back and hold. Drop one ear to the shoulder, roll the chin to the chest, ear to the opposite shoulder, and bring your head back up. Open your eyes. Inhale and circle the arms up. Exhale, lean up and over. One palm to the floor and push down through that palm. Reach forward and then drop this top arm down. Now lift that arm and twist the chest open. Let the arm open up and reach back and slightly behind you. Maybe turn your chin up to the sky. Come back to the front. Come all the way back up to center. Reach the arms overhead and exhale backward. So extending the spine, turning the eyes of the heart upward. Come up. Let's lean up and over to the other side. So when the hand comes to the floor, push down. Use the strength and the tension of that pushing to lengthen the side waist. Reach the arm slightly forward, maybe spinning the shoulder into the front plane, and then drop the arm down. Now lift the arm, twist open, turn the chest up. Let the arm fall a little bit back, maybe lift the chin up. Come back to the front, come all the way up, extend back again. Good, so let's come up, spin, turn to one side, let both arms down. Now turn your hand over the back shoulder, and all the way back to the front. Let's recross the legs. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, lean over to one side. Push down with the arm on the floor. Now circle the top arm slowly around. So for today, a variety of movement. Consciously welcoming more flow, clearing out old energy tensions, but strengthening and, I like that word, relearning, re-educating. And now we'll take this arm and dive it down, sort of next to the thigh. And now really drape the chin down, around the upper back. Bring the hands from the thigh or to the floor to push down to roll up. Let's kind of do that again. Inhale and circle up. Exhale, lean up and over. So wherever you are, whatever's going on with you, you are welcome here. Let's circle this top arm. Remember the bottom arm is pushing. And then we're generating energy that we're then flowing through, clearing out, cleaning out the pipes, finding the foundation, consciously being available for the sensation feedback loop, kind of a somatic, therapeutic experience in the mind and the body. So then take this top arm, dive it down, hello Phineas, next to the thigh, and drape the chin down. Bring the hand to the thigh to push and roll back up. So we'll come off of the blanket if you're sitting on a blanket. We'll start with windshield wiper and the legs, that is, the feet are wide, and the knees go all the way up and over, side to side. But do make sure that you're creating a boost or a lift in the low back. So we're training the lower back muscles equally with the front abdominal muscles. This is awesome. This is your time, and I'm so proud of you for taking the time to heal your body, to be in your body. We spend most of our time from the neck up, thinking, worrying, stressing, planning, reacting. So when you breathe in, try to breathe in equally everywhere and bring your conscious attention, the light of awareness, throughout your body. So you're really tending to paying attention to the micro sensations that we normally need to forget about, just not pay attention to. Hold over to one side. Take this back arm around, so sort of like you're twisting both hands to the floor. Maybe give a couple of bend the elbow push. So this is up to you. You may want to come out a little bit further, putting a little bit more pressure. For getting the arms and the shoulders, and the collaboration or the rhythm between the arm bone and the shoulder bone. And then all of those muscles, all the rotator cuff muscles that help aid. So then if it's available, come down and hold. I'm only going to come halfway down. So I really want you today, pay attention and chart your own course, paying attention, or I should say, respecting, acknowledging when you are and not forcing or pushing. It takes time for our body to shake. It takes time for our body to get out of shape. Take another breath in and out. And then push up. Let's come over to the other side. So take the knees and the hips over. I'm going to flip so that I'm still facing the camera. Keep the back arm over and around. So we're twisting the spine. Bring both palms to the floor. If it's available, do a couple of bend the elbow and push up. Now this one is totally up to you. How much pressure you're putting on these hands. Remember to always spread your fingers out and enliven all parts of the hand so that all the muscles and the joints of the hand can hold the weight of, if you're putting the whole body weight. At the same time, notice that the back of the arms are doing like a tricep. Push up. So keep the elbows a little bit tucked in. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep zipping up the low back. If you'd like to now come down and hold, Moxie's bringing me my sock in case my feet, she heard me say Moxie. Me, that's a big, big twist. So I'm not going to come down so far. Bones of the sacrum and the ilium, the hip bones, sometimes they don't need that much realignment. Coming up, you come around into hands and knees. Let's move from cat as we around the back, pushing the tops of the feet into the floor, draping the head down, to cow, where you tuck the toes under, drop the belly down, follow out the back, lift the head and shine the heart forward. Come back to a flat spine. Bring one hip to the shoulder, bring that shoulder into the hip. With your head turn and look back at your hip. And then slowly go to the other side. So you're trying to crunch one sideways as you're opening the other. To side, to side. Now continue noticing what you're doing with your hands. If you're dumping all the weight and pressure of your body into the heel of the hand, eventually you're going to little wrist bones, possibly have some problems and pains there in the wrist. So put a little bit extra energy and pressure on the finger ball. And then come back to center. Let's lift up into downward dog by turning the toes, lifting the hips, and shooting the hip bones backward. Come back down the hands and knees. We'll lift one leg and the opposite arm. Bird dog. Take his top arm, circle up and over, bend the back knee. If you can, grab a hold of the toes or the foot. Come back into bird dog, that's stretching front to back, wall to wall. And then from there, drag the elbow into the knee, so the knee curls under and push. Do that again. So reach, bird dog. Sweep up and over. Get head down, wheel pose. And then bird dog again. And then crunch to the front, elbow to knee. So do a few of those. It's reach, float up and over towards the toe. Doesn't have to grab. Come back, slow and float, elbow to knee. And one more time. To gain control, concentration, and generate an energy flow, kind of you know where you're going with this. Let's push back into child's pose and rest kind of the arm. The upper body's been doing a lot of push-up maneuvers. Walk both arms over to the right edge of the mat, push down, and pull your hips down and away from those hands. Let's do 3 breaths to generate the good, positive, healing energy that you deserve. Make sort of a sound as you exhale. See if you can make your breath intentional and slow. And then walk your hands over to the left edge of the mat, push them down, and then pull your hips down and away from the hands. 3 breaths. Arriving slowly into the place where you reside. Let's come back up to hands and knees. Let's see how this goes. So bird dog on the opposite side. So the other leg with the opposite arm reach wall to wall, front to back. Square the shoulders, straighten the shoulders. Take the top arm, circle it up and around, bend the back knee so that you can find the foot. Release, stretch, wall to wall, bird dog. Then curl, elbow to knee and push. So it's reach and bird dog, float up and over, around and back. And this kind of wheel pose. Come back into bird dog, and then crunch in the front. Do 2 more like that. So even though we really need to strengthen and hold, to me is very complicated. Some of it backwards maneuvering. No muscle should be taking on all of the contraction. Try to spread out all of the energies, all of the muscles. And when you're done, come into child's pose. And when you're ready now, let's come up and into downward dog. So remember, splay the fingers, press into the fingers, roll the heads of the arm bones backward, and then lift the hips up and back. He just wants to go out, but he just got out of the fence right before I started class, so I can't let him go out until I go find out where they maybe dug a hole. If you can, lift your right leg up and back. If you can't, leave it down. It's okay. Give the knee or the leg a couple of slow kicks, extending and bending. And then make your move. Step this leg forward and through. Press down to rise up into high lunge. You're doing great. You're doing great. Stay residing in the place, in the asana, in the place where you hold. It feels like coming home. Reach the arms a little bit forward. Embrace the abs. So take the abs and squeeze them in like the sides of the waist are pulling. Lean a little bit forward. We're going to take the back leg, half the toe forward, and then step back. So we're going to drag one leg forward and step it back. So try not to sort of fall into the back leg. Try to keep both legs equally holding or responsible or floating your body as if you have something on your head and you're trying to really stay pretty still. So then step forward and hold. This is like a chair pose. Come all the way up, stay back. Come up and dive into forward fold. Bend both knees. That leg that you were just stepping back, step it back, but spin to the side edge of your mat. So let's turn. So that both feet are facing that side edge and in a forward fold. After this breath, bend the front knee, walk your body back to the front, spin the legs, and push down to rise up into that high lunge. And then step forward into chair. Okay, I did the wrong leg. So now the other leg is going to step back and forward. So be careful that you're not just like leaning back and falling into that back leg. You're keeping control really in the front leg. You're sort of staying okay, forward and kind of gently finding a little bit of energy balance when you put that back leg down. Again, like you have a glass of water on your head, you're trying to balance. So then step forward and hold with the chair pose. Come down another inch and hold. And then come all the way up and swan dive into forward fold. Bend both knees. This time slowly land the hips down onto the floor. They're getting there, they're getting there. We'll grab the band. Do you have an elastic band? Grab it onto the feet. We're going to try lifting up into both toes. Hold. You don't have to have the band for this. What did you do? Let's do a couple of rows with the band. So you can leave the feet on the floor and be doing the rows. So be aware of the shoulder blades. Be aware of the abdominal. Keep lengthening your spine. Keep soaking, scooping the abdominals in. Keep the shoulders down and back. So mostly be aware of the shoulder blades. They should be moving some, but not a lot. A lot. Do 3, 2, and 1. Take the band off. Stretch one leg out, bend one knee, foot to the floor, twist towards that knee, push down through the backhand, spiral up through the top of the head. Hold this one a little bit. Maybe drop your chin down towards your back armpit. So deeply listen to the shifting tensions and spirals and loops. As long as there's movement, there's hope. There's a possibility that things will right themselves in this ocean of a body. So as you breathe in, see if you can feel that abundant energy flow. As you breathe out, see if you can expand, like you're letting go, like it's been a long, cold winter, and then here's the sun. And so come back to center, let the knee fall open, the sole of the foot up your inner thigh, inhale up, your choice. So forward fold, either kind of evenly between the knees or maybe more towards one leg. I'm going to choose to grab this foot and pull. Tis the almost spring season where we're about to go out, do a lot of walking and hiking, and these feet have been, mine have been in thick, thick socks, like almost non-stop. People don't know. My bare feet, this is the only time my feet are really get like this when I'm showering. So they need a little extra care, a little extra air. So I'm pulling on the toes, getting the fascia on the bottom of the foot to stretch. Maybe stretching that backside weight. So then push them to the floor and roll up. Let's go over to the other side. So one knee in, one leg out. Turn towards that knee. Kiss the back arm. Pushing down into the floor. You spiral the spine up. That generates the energy, that upward force. Then drop your chin down to your back vertebra. You spend a little bit of time absorbing the abundant energy. Maybe wiggle toes. You're just getting them in the warm water. Floor where you can breathe, where you can take in more oxygen. Good. So then unwind, let the knee fall open. Sit up squarely on these sit bones. Inhale as you stretch up. And then exhale as you reach up and over. If you can grab the foot, that's fine. But what really matters is that you're opening up this midsection of your body and not collapsing or rounding. So that really depends on healthy, supple, flexible hips. So it's really the hip we're trying to get into here, the hip in the back of the leg. I want to remind you that you are worth this time, whether you're doing all of these exercises and stretches and they're meeting some imaginary expectation that you have, or you're just present. I'd like to say, I wish that some people would take my class and not do the movements and just sort of listen and absorb the mindfulness, because mindfulness in and of itself is almost enough to start a healing process. So then push down and roll up. Come back and around into hands and knees. Take the band, when you put the band under one knee. Now be careful. Some of you have bony knees. And when you pull on that band, it comes shooting right out. So take a second to find the place where your knee is actually holding the band. Give it a couple of tugs, make sure. All right. Now opposite hand, crunches up the end. We're going to fly the arm out and down. Fly out and down. So make sure you're leaning into the knee that is holding the band down. Now, it doesn't matter if that band does come out, if it doesn't hurt you, it's just very sort of startling when it happens. So make sure your shoulders are square and you're not over efforting to do that rhomboid. That rhomboid. I can feel that rhomboid right there, but I can't feel it when I'm working. I guess I can. Now take the arm out at a diagonal, like half of a letter wide. I'm going to unchoke and make my band longer so that this isn't such a difficult thing. So I want to make sure I'm not over efforting in some of these rotator cuffs, deltoids, and again, rhomboid trapezius. There's a lot of muscles there that can be doing wrong things. So shift to 3 and 1. Let's go over to the other side. So move the band. Give it a couple of tugs. And then when you're ready, punch up and fly the arm out to the side. So you can say. Without dumping all of the weight into the opposite arm. So chances are this is the arm that isn't as like educated. And so because of that, it's really relying on the rest of the body to do the work. So you might find that you're sort of twisting open and letting like your low back do all the work. So first, try to isolate, keep the shoulders square. As if this shoulder, the one that's up in the air, is holding you just as much as the other one, the one that's on the ground. After two, take the arm a bit forward like a letter Y, some sort of pointing up, and lift and down. Remind yourself to squeeze the abdominals. Remind yourself to press into both knees, like you're not just leaning on the one. Let's try three and one. So we'll take the band out. Come back to a seat. Do you have a ring? If you have a ring, pick it up. If you don't worry about it for this part. There's nothing to worry about here. Never anything to worry about when you're exercising. This should be the best time of the day. Take between the heels of the hands, reach forward, and roll down. I'm going to say halfway as you squeeze the ring between your hands. And then roll back up as you unsqueeze or release. So exhale as you roll down. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale as you come up, curling, curving, and rounding the spine until you get to the top where you're reaching flat. Exhale down, squeeze, 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 squeeze all the toothpaste out of the tube. Squeeze that and rolling up, keeping the shoulders down. So don't try to do everything with your hands. In real life, also in the mat, we do everything with our hands. Play the dishes, all the stuff we do. Keep scooping the abdominals as if the flesh of the lower abdominals is rolling in and up under the ribcage. Try 2 more. Keep the shoulders down and flow down. So this time roll all the way down. Ooh, you have a ring. This part when I like the ring. And we'll put the ring between, I'm going to say the ankles, but it's really like that fleshy part above the bone, closer to your knee, I suppose. We'll figure this out. It's okay. As long as you're holding it. Legs up in the air. Back flat on the ground, arms on the ground. Squeeze the ring, release. Squeeze the ring, release. Hey, let's adjust this. Turn the leg bones a little bit out so your toes are pointing more out like forward. If they do. And squeeze and release. Let me give you a minute to do this out. I know it's probably not usual. People be working this way. Maybe with a ring. So now let's try bending the knees, straightening the legs. Here we go. We're going to try lifting the hips a little and down. So it's knees bent, straighten, lift, and down. Now keep going, but what I want you to try to figure out is when do you want to squeeze the ring? Sorry, you're squeezing it probably the whole time, pretty good. So maybe you want to give it an extra squeeze at some point along. We don't really work our inner thighs enough. We work our outer thighs and the IT band on the outside of the hip actually a lot. Just by walking and balancing and standing, waiting, waiting in grocery store lines, whatever it is you do. So don't hoist, don't throw, don't fling. Everything under the direct control. Initiate the move with your mind before you move. So there's multi-dimensional, meaning you're going forward and back, and there's twisting, and there's all kinds of things going on simultaneously. So 3, Remember, you're deciding when you squeeze the ring. You can do it the whole time. I would suggest you squeeze it for like a second or two here and there, so that you can feel the difference. One more, one more, one more. Why not? And then we'll release the ring. Inner thigh stretch. That's bring the soles of the feet together, grab the feet and pull them, and with your elbows gently push the knees open. Do 4 more breaths. Just slowly open up all the spaces. There was a lot going on. All that compression, all that contraction. So about 2 more breaths to slowly open the spaces and the places, get energy flowing. And then release. Let's roll all the way up. So arms overhead. When you exhale, lift the head, roll the shoulders, lift the arms around the middle back, around the lower back, all the way across of the ankles. Keep going all the way forward. Bring the palms to the floor. Step the legs back. Let's come into, I'm going to call a modified plank. I'm going to then knees, then hands. Square the shoulders, flatten the shoulder blades, zip the abdominals in. Let's lift one leg a little and down. Lift the other leg a little and down. Good again. First leg lifts and releases. And then the other leg lifts and releases. Slowly bend both elbows and come all the way. Let's stretch the arms out. Up overhead, that big leg wide, thumbs up. Nose to the mat, lift the arms up. Pull the shoulder blades down towards the tailbone. Release, and then release the arms. So arms go up, shoulder blades go down towards the tail, shoulder blades go back up a little bit, and down. Let's do 3 and 4 goes. You know who that was? That's only one guy who will do that. Pushing with him. And then slide the hands next to the ribs, push back into child's pose. Again, let's lift up and move into downward dog. This time, let's lift the left leg up and back, and then bend straighten at the knee a few times. And then step that foot forward and through. Push down to rise up into high lunge. And then step forward into that chair pose. So from here, let's practice. Step one leg back. Spin open to warrior two. You know what that is with the back leg straight. Turn back to the front and come back to chair. Step the other leg back. Spin open to warrior two. Turn back to the front and step back to chair. So try a couple of those. Step, go and go open, come back, stay low, step forward, step back, bow and arrow open, turn back, and forward. So maybe 2 more, left and right, or right and left. Hold this warrior two. Hold this warrior two. Dance. That is lean back, lean forward. Let's try lifting off. So load the front leg, lift the back leg, reach the arms and legs in this big star-like pattern. Come back down into warrior two. Turn back to the front and step forward. Now we'll try the other side. Step back, bow arrow open to warrior two, get low. Lean back, lean forward, step forward and lift off into a flying star. Come back to warrior two. Turn back to the front and step forward. So let's do it again, right and left. Step back, twist to warrior two. Lean back, lean forward. Lift off into star, laying back down into warrior two. You look beautiful. Turn back to the front, step forward to chair. Other leg, same as the first. Step back, twist open warrior two. Lean back, open warrior two. Lean forward, extending the bones. Step forward, lift off into flying star pose. Laying back into warrior two. Turn back to the front, high lunge. Step forward into chair. Circle down. Inhale the arms up overhead, stand up. Dive into forward fold. Land the hips all the way down safely on the floor. Roll all the way down to the back. Reach the arms out wide and swipe the knees and hips side to side. And let's do about 5 or 6 slow, mindful breaths. That was a lot. Took you through the downward dogs and the planks and the warriors and the flying balancing lunges. So there's a lot of energy that's been mixed up and floating around, just looking for a way to settle back and down. Leave your knees and hips to one side. Take the top knee with your hand, pull it into your chest. And let go. Bring both legs to the side. Top knee to the chest and pull. Let go of that. Let's come to Supta Baddha Konasana. Don't worry. That means bring the feet to the floor, but the soles of the feet together so that your knees fall open. You can leave your arms out or bring them more kind of overhead, but purposely arch your low back and purposely drop your chin down. This is a really subtle way of restoring the energy flow in the spine. Alternately, bring your hands, put them on the belly, so that as we take these final 3 breaths, the belly rises and falls. So if you can feel that, letting the belly skip it. Take up space you deserve. You are worthy. You are valuable. I care that you are here. Now slowly begin to move into Shavasana. That means body pose. Really just lie back in a pose where you feel supported, safe, and relaxed. So take a minute or two. Doing great. More and more available for the things in life that bring you joy, happiness, peace. Give yourself permission to be unavailable for the other things. Melt everywhere. Feel as your body releases the tension of the expectations and the requirements that you have been putting on yourself lately. So whatever you have been going through, whatever has been happening around you, whatever storms you have been through lately, allow that to be washed away when you feel revitalized. Allow yourself to receive all the goodness, all the kindness, as if there's a presence of love all around you. Open up and receive that love. Feel the warmth and the loving kindness of all of those who support you. I am proud of you. You are doing great. You are awesome and you are powerful. So then slowly roll onto your side. Begin to open your eyes. Push up and off the floor. Come back to Sukhasana together. Bring the hands together at the heart. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Send all the small pieces and parts of your alignment so that all those energy flows now open. When you're ready, inhale and circle the arms down and up. And exhale, gather all that good energy and funnel it back into the heart. Namaste.